Hello, my name is Larry Wise, and today I'll be talking about the Tenton Dam collapse. So the Tenton Dam was a dam on the Tenton River in Idaho, United States. The dam suffered a catastrophic failure on June 5th, 1976. The collapse of the dam resulted in the death of 11 people and 13,000 cattle. On Saturday, June 5th, 1976, at 7:30 a.m., a mucky leak appeared, suggesting sediment was in the water, but the engineers did not believe that there was a problem. By 9:30 a.m., the downstream face of the dam had developed a wet spot, which began to discharge water at 20 to 30 cubic feet per second, and the embankment material began to wash out. Crews with bulldozers were sent in to plug the leak, but were unsuccessful. Crew workers were forced to flee on foot as the widening gap, now larger than a swimming pool, swallowed their equipment. The operators of 24 bulldozers caught in the eroding embankment were pulled to safety with ropes. 12 a.m., the crest of the dam sagged and collapsed into the reservoir. 2 minutes later, the remainder of the right bank of the main dam wall disintegrated. Over 2 million cubic feet per second of sediment-filled water emptied through the breach into the remaining 6 miles of the Tenton River Canyon. The dam costed about $100 million to build, and the federal government paid over $300 million in claims related to the failure. Total damage estimates have ranged up to $2 billion. Alright, so now we kind of know the background. Let's look into the rule and the law of ethics. So engineers played a big part in analyzing and supervising the dam and make sure it was up to code and performing right. So I wanted to include the pledge of engineers. This is a pledge they use when they become certified engineers. So I pledge to give the utmost of performance. I pledge to participate in none but honest enterprise. I pledge to live and work according to the laws of man and the highest standards of professional conduct. I pledge to place service before profit, the honor of understanding of the profession before personal advantage, and the public welfare above all other considerations. So another rule of law of ethics they use is engineers shall hold paramount of safety, health, and welfare of the public, and shall strive to comply with the principles of sustainable development in the performance of their professional duties. Alright, let's look at how that affected this situation. So, first point that I noticed was from the design stage there wasn't proper soil tests completed to see if the foundation was even capable of supporting the dam. I definitely feel like this is a violation of their creed, saying they will give the utmost performance. I'm a construction manager, and I know we do soil tests on residential buildings, and I'm pretty sure you definitely would want to take a soil test in consideration when you're building a dam. Also, another one I wanted to point out was states that the engineers noticed a small hole with muddy water seeping through, but stated it wasn't an issue and ignored it. This led to the bigger issue, which the hole grew bigger and later out of control. This was the biggest red flag against the code of ethics, in my opinion. So in chapter 1, I quote of the rule of ethics of engineers. Their code states, engineers shall recognize the lives, safety, health, and welfare of the general public are dependent upon engineers' judgment, decisions, and practices incorporated into structures, machines, products, and processes and devices. So the engineers in this case completely ignored this, and it ended up costing exactly what the ethics states. You're supposed to protect lives. So I want to now go to my best practice and punishments, in my opinion. So I just want to. So in this situation, how I would have kind of punished these engineers. I do believe in second chances, so I'm not going to say I'm going to lock them up and throw away the key. I don't think their intentions were to exactly do what happened. So, but I do feel like they should be stripped of all their credentials and never to be able to be an engineer again. Also, I think another benefit would be requiring them to do hundreds of hours of community service. And this community service will entail them going around to other engineers and pretty much presenting and speaking about what they're complacent, what happened to them when they were complacent, and the outcome of the situation. And maybe this can obviously persuade other engineers that their position is really important, especially in the structure field. Thank you.